pistol rounds looked good. We had some mid rounds as well there for eUnited on their map choice, but in the end, it was just Able J to me. Not the most amount of kills, but some of the most impactful rounds. Huge spray downs, lots of B play, and an Inferno that I think delivered in what could be a great series. But the big question now is, what do eUnited have on Nuke?
That's a good question. I think they'll be able to play it, but it's going to be a hard match, man. Inferno was where I think they needed a win, because if they don't also pick up Nuke, it's like just a tough series, like on all 3 maps. They go to train after this.
Yeah.
You know, if they're even able to pick up Nuke, but that's a stretch in and of itself. Furia looks so much better than they did yesterday, and even though eUnited put up a good fight on Inferno, I think it was more comfortable for Furia than it was for Avantgarde even. So they worked really hard to get as far as they did, but that's a tough defeat to try to swallow. They've now got to kind of, I don't even know. I don't know if this is possible. I'll be honest, Connor, I don't know if this can happen.
You're gonna dish out the dose of reality? It's a little too early in the morning for reality, I think, Londers.
Vinny and K-Serrato are meditating. How are you supposed to win?
Can't. They're so in the zone. So in the zone. There's 2 things on Inferno that I think were really kind of praiseworthy in my mind for eUnited, and they come in different games. Today, it was that banana control in terms of utility. Okay, it's clear it was their map choice. They got the best of Furia at times. Furia did not get scared away from B, however, you know, they can remain consistent on it. You brought up a good point where it was Furia who had that forward A control, more brackets control, sometimes putting themselves in apartments. Think of the times that even the boiler player for the CTs on Furia were able to cut off a T push when they just tried to charge up lane. Now those lane charges were afforded to eUnited versus Avantgarde, and I think that maybe plays into this matchup where they think, okay, it worked yesterday, let's do it once again. But in terms of setups, Furia, very different from Avantgarde, and the difference was clear. That A site was not as easy to breach, and even with 2 pistols and strong starts in each half, eUnited could not take it the distance. I was ready for another triple OT. Quadruple OT, I still can't remember.
It's tough, and maybe if eUnited didn't play such a long game yesterday, honestly, they might have had a better chance. Or in fact, if they didn't play Inferno at all, maybe they would have been able to catch Furia off guard. It would have been a pretty big upset, and one that would have made the series more interesting. So here on Nuke. Dude, Vanity last map was crazy too. He had like 32 kills by the end of it. He was hitting some ludicrous shots. I think just his consistency over these 2 days has been very surprising.
Right. It's good for eUnited that you have somebody who's delivering to this level at the moment.
And it's basically the 2 best teams in the tournament that he's done this to.
Yeah, we've only seen him on Inferno, to be fair. So as we go into Nuke, I'm curious to see if he can transition that over. Also, I mean, listen, this is in a while from now, but remember, this lineup of eUnited's at IEM Sydney. So what's Vanity going to do versus like the best and the best?
Yeah.
It's still good for them to just obviously be here. It's unfortunate that they find themselves 1 map away from elimination, but somebody has to lose. Could be eUnited here today.
Start with a knife round. So a 3-piece for Marky.
Whoa!
CT side start for eUnited.
On Nuke.
Almost certainly on Nuke, yeah. Hard to see where this map falls in terms of sidedness at the moment. It's a good map, though. This map has really, really come around. It's become one of my favorite maps. Fun to play. The changes to the minimap make it easier to spectate as well. It's unfortunate the amount of kind of stacked, like how directly stacked you can be on Nuke, but it's become a little bit easier to watch. Make a prediction, Connor. What do you think?
I predict that Furia are going to tear through this T side 10-5.
Okay, me too.
Yeah?
I'm going with it. 10-5.
Did I really? That's all it took to convince you?
Yeah, dude, that sounded right. That sounded right.
Well, it feels right too. We shall see. Furia on the offense. We've got 2 sets of utility coming into this pistol. P250 for K-Serrato. We're going to blow open the squeaky door, lay down the smoke, and the questions arise for eUnited. Have they gone downstairs? Well, nobody knows.
Oh, they're going to bully the squeaky open every round. That'll be scary.
CT is not biting on this rotate either. They call it that fake. They're just going to remain inside of A. Here's Marky back behind vents, cleared after just 1. Double setup in the heavens above, and a rotator that should probably join them. Oh boy, a quadruple CT heaven retake.
Oh,
talk about meta! The flood forward, the kill's back. They've actually managed it, and you've got a player tapping bomb. Okay, Serato can't connect the shot, and inside of the smoke, it'll be stuck. The defuse is eUnited. It's raining men.
It's raining
It's
men.
raining men.
No better time to play that sign. That was awesome. I think that was great. I think, man, more teams should do that. That looked very intimidating. I mean, you could die, but you could die rotating in the normal ways as well. I think, coming in through that headshot angle that's heaven, it's a lot scarier as one person. 4 people, it gets very confusing. That was pretty intense. Worked out very well. Looked a little crazy at first. But now we can see there's some method to the madness. Decent guns on both sides. eUnited are a little bit more careful this time around. They've got the AUG straight up on the second. You know that Furia like to buy. They are in positions where they don't have to rotate so quickly. They've already got a man lower. And as for the T's, that's what they're working on. Oh, wow. Cooper gets caught outside. Five on 4, door swings open. T's to activate, but so is Vanity.
Yeah, that MAC-10 gets its way out as well. A couple more kills coming in from Furia. Looking like this force buy will work out. No activated flank from eUnited. They are very much stranded over towards ramp. Not quite sure what to do.
Yeah, they made the early rotate. So, they hold ramp. They have one down lower. They're really hoping Furia to maybe go downstairs. They're well fortified. But Furia working outside into killing Cooper was the big one. Once Yuri gets up to heaven, that's when it just becomes a heyday for eUnited. They don't want to have somebody all the way at the bottom of the map, and they don't want to have too much ramp presence as well. They really want to be able to rotate in to help. And I'm not sure what happened over at ramp, but potentially there was a way to stop Yuri, or, well, Yuri maybe was able to jump up on top of Hell and then get into heaven safely. But yeah, either way, that's when it becomes hard to predict, when outside control is lost. Could be a key to victory here for Furia. 4 alive, bomb down, 2 up for eUnited. They at least save these guns. That'll be important for them. They have not enough money to do a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if they do try to buy, though, even though there were so many left alive, just because they have these rifles, but we'll see. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and buy. UMP for Vanity, Markey with the CZ, and a Mag-7 for Cooper. It's doable, man, especially on Nuke. It probably makes sense to have a shotgun upstairs every single round because of how cheap it is and how much money you make.
Yeah. XM1014 replaced by the old Swag 7. Same position, different look. Does the force back pay off for eUnited? Getting curious outdoors is Furia now that they have the weapons to work it. Nobody's going to overface for eUnited either.
Bit of a grenade bait from Serato. Everyone's slowing it down. Scouting options. And again, Furia always working. Moving over to outside. There's not a lot of resistance here. CTs cannot be too afraid, too timid. Big reason why they did so well on Inferno is because they were not shy on B. Oh my god.
Yeah, swift entry.
That was
double
for Mini?
flash assist. The flash popped like the noggins of eUnited. Food is going to answer back with something. It's an AK upgrade for Vanity. He'll take that happily, but the bomb plant is what really seals the deal. So they will lurk back into the depths of which they came.
As good as it gets. 2 kills, bomb plant, round over. Another round where eUnited saves some guns, but they don't even have a chance. The 2 people who are not in the site don't even have a chance to go for the retake. Furia will be happy to do this over and over again. And they can keep recycling guns, but eUnited will spend all their money trying to buy back new ones. One more kill would make a huge difference here for Furia. Is Moose boosted?
Yes. And
Moose
dead.
is dead. Wow.
Deep
Okay.
grenade.
Oh my god.
Dunked on. Vanity, he's just got his fingers crossed, but they're going to come in on this. Do they line up? Yep. You'll find just one, but most notably, we've got Furia clearing out those guns.
That's so worth it. That means they could have gone for the retake. They might as well have tried. So 2K apiece on everybody from eUnited, stomped on by Furia. Great entries into the site, man. And once again, it's because of outside control. Yuri's the first person to get the kill on Cooper that last rifle round, or the last rifle round. And on this round, it's Art to come in through Mini after just walking around outside. There's no CTs there, so they're a little bit shy right now. They don't have a secret player. Their outside player is just kind of playing back. And if they aren't a little bit more front-facing, throwing grenades early on, forcing Furia to throw smokes, it's going to be very easy for Furia.
Oh, a couple more kills. Art's not going to let him get back. You think how much do they regain from those frags, but there is Cooper beneath him. Here's the player drop down. This could be another kill. Yeah, it's a back turned. Oh, no! Oh, poor Cooper.
That's just what happens sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
Yike. There's something exciting about hitting a nice bank grenade.
You get a back turned like that.
It's unlucky, man. I don't think he could have aimed any better, to be honest.
Yeah, it did seem dead on.
Looks fine to me. That's just going to happen sometimes.
Whoops. That doesn't happen on a gun round. Doesn't cost his teammates any lives. It's just his own fault, his own mistake, and his own costs.
Definitely like to see Cooper kind of like amp it up a bit.
Right.
Because you remember almost every single round that Art played. It was so unorthodox, so creative, so fluid, so aggressive all of the time. And as for Cooper, whenever you saw him, he was just kind of like waiting for something to happen, holding back a bit too timid, a little bit too one-dimensional in some places. And if he's going to be outside, he's going to have to make some very difficult picks happen. Otherwise, they'll lose rounds easily. Furia aren't even at the point where they're executing. They're just walking outside very plainly. They're not even throwing smoke in big garage. They're not even throwing a smoke in mini, smokes to cross, fakes, anything like that. So here's a round where United don't have an op, but they're still going to have to defend against that threat.
Oh, Vinny.
Vinny is just the king of taking 75 damage at the beginning of the round.
Right. It's like he just wants to play off 30. The pressure helps him. Art, first kill, caught with a volley, but, oh, I was going to say maybe gets away. Now we've got the entries coming in. Yuri out with Abel. Abel flicks up, but still dies to Vanity, who's gonna nearly line him up. Oh, his gun goes dry, but Cooper comes in to help, and eUnited just clamping down on the A site. Big plays from Vanity. Not to be surprised anymore.
It's a very strange round. I wonder if that smoke that Art threw outside of Squeaky was one that eUnited know how it could have been abused, because it seemed like Art was like gifted one kill early on the left side of his smoke. So it might be a set smoke in a situation where it looks like it's just like a right-click throw out of the door. I don't know if that'll work again, but either way, eUnited, they lose that kill, they still get the better of the rounds. So there's no rush upstairs. You're not really going to see rushes from Furia all that often, but United are going to throw that just to be careful until it happens at least once.
Ooh, close one. He's going to fall off. Cooper doesn't want to challenge that too long. Problem being, though, there's a chance for players to wrap into mini. Like, it's very wide open for the taking. So instead of maintaining that control, they just try to double down on A site, and it works. They get that kill. Abel's going to challenge Food, and he's going to lose. 5v3 here for eUnited.
He saw them running, or he heard them running. But, yeah, they don't have a lot of control here. It would have been a great round for Furia to try to work outside. There was an opportunity at ramp. Fair play to try to take that, especially in the 4v5. But, wow, look at this, man. Everybody from eUnited chiming in.
Moving forward, I mean, we're 6 rounds deep, but moving forward, there's a very clear lack of control outside here for eUnited. Mind you, they haven't needed it, so maybe that's why they haven't employed it. What do you mean?
Well, they lost Cooper died to Yuri, and then they lost the round. And then the round after that, Art came into mini and then killed one on top of Hut.
Right.
So that's resulted in like 2 rifle rounds at Furia with 1. They definitely need to be a little bit more aggressive outside.
Oh, here it is. We haven't seen anybody go down secret stairs, though, right?
Yeah.
Not extending past red box, so. Ooh. Fast gunfight. Really fast gunfight. Vanity chewing through the squeaky players. Smoke down for Mini, meant to block off Cooper. Still, he does manage 1 kill, and, well, this is still looking like a solid hold. Furia trying to blast into this A site, but eUnited not letting it happen.
Yeah, they bought what they could. They didn't have all the guns in the world, but they decided to work around really fast. And there's a situation where, the Molotov in a hut would be very effective, but they didn't even need that. The heaven rotates have been super quick. So if if Furia can get them to bite on stuff like that extremely fast, and they know that a rush can get shut down, then the play in my mind is to throw just a small fake to try to get the rotates out, quickly take something else. So like, you know, fake outside the ramp, for example. And here they're just kind of running outside for control, and Boost is getting in their face, which is good. No nades to go through the smoke, but a lot of good spam damage so far. Able J and Vinny are the 2 victims.
Wall of smoke's finally thrown out, so majority of Furia getting down to the B site. Food just tucked away, has help from ramp now. Crossfire set. Vanity gets that first one. Now the bomb's been thrown down. Just clear hold. eUnited, 5th round, no doubt.
That's nice. Now this is the situation where they, out of the spawn, are playing 1 player in lower. They really have waited for this to happen. So Furia just try to pull off some kind of Antico to try to get a bomb plant, create some chaos downstairs, test the waters down there, because I think that's the one point of failure for teams that aren't comfortable on Nuke, where if you, like, people are scared to rotate lower because then it's hard to get back upstairs, so you never want to get debated.
Good dink, but dink's not worth much.
Plenty of money to work with.
Curious to see how much longer before Furia start throwing rounds like that, walls of smokes, etc., into the secret stairs.
Yeah, there's our first wall of smokes round. So
on an eco.
Yeah, on an eco round. So now they can maybe do it slowly, do it silently, or just throw the smokes and not use them. Try to go for the layer at execs. It's definitely time to call for something like that. So they're just throwing their initial smokes. Kind of like their train first layer execute outside. They group up to try to bust ramp open. Food will be put to the test.
Frag grenade, good trajectory. A little bit of damage for the 3 keys there, but can't win the gun duel. Okay, Serato comes out on top. There's Abel burning Moose. And a 5v3 for Furia, where they're going to feel comfortable to probably hit this A site yet again. Yeah,
so they know, you know, there's a heaven guy. They maybe have a crazy rotate downstairs. They pulled Marky out of heaven onto the floor. Happy to duel, though. Serato eventually wins, yeah.
Obviously, this position from Cooper and his teammate, because they applied that pressure on ramp, didn't expect a double back. Cooper, with the shotgun closed up.
Oh my God. Vanity almost won that. Yuri 6 HP.
Wild.
But yeah, 2 players in the vents, right?
That's you, Twitch chat.
It's hard to rotate back up. It's really hard. You got to go back through. If you don't want to go up the vent, you got to go through secret, such a long rotation. Go back through ramp. What do you do from there? Go back in a lobby? Like, there's so many ways that you can die. So even pulling Marky out of heaven was a really good reason for them to go upstairs if they thought that was going to happen. But Marky does a good job. 2 kills. Made it kind of close. So what's the play now for Furia? Cooper finds a good pick outside to start things off. This is big. Head spot of another player. Don't know if Art's going to try to peek into him. The flash is good, and he tries to dodge it while maintaining his position. He can't do that much. Art looks very happy to take this duel. He's not got another flash to help him with the peek, though.
I mean, it's a duel that he won numerous times on the opening map of this series. You know, in terms of just impact on ops, Furia had the edge through and through. But he's not given the duel he would hope for. Furia looking to sink their teeth into the A site yet again. We've got Marky above the hut. Vanity on the ladder, flies outwards. It is traded. Crazy that he even gets 1 kill. Here's Moose dropping Abel, bomb thrown down, and again, eUnited, when they plant their feet on that A site, they do not move.
Yeah, they do a good job on the A site, in particular with these holds. They've been pretty good upstairs and downstairs, and that round, Cooper also gets the early 5v4 and stays alive, so Art can't find the trade, his teammate dies, they can't lurk in a mini. That's a huge part of their split, and when it's come to coming out of just HUD and Squeaky, they haven't had much success. Art's got 1 initial opening kill. Apart from that, they mostly got melted. So a lot of ways that eUnited can win. And now it looks like maybe another fast play out of Squeaky. Spray's not very good. Art was, I think, just intending to lurk aggressively, but that gets shut down right away. 2 smokes left over for Furia. It looks like they want ramp.
Do find timing out. Moose gonna clear 2. Not the 3rd yet, but there he's got it. So the boost pans out. doesn't pain them. Furia still sitting on 4.
Yeah, it's been a lot of ecos, a lot of clean rifle rounds, and we can see the money reflects that. eUnited's got 8K on a couple of players, 6 and 4. Market Vanity's the only one very low. Vanity also doing really well on this map too, 12 and 6.
Maybe he's just really good.
Maybe he's just good, yeah. Maybe he's just good at Counter-Strike.
Look at those live bet odds, still very much in favor of Furia. Double op setup coming out of eUnited.
Nice. Again, Cooper goes, like he's a little bit less aggressive last round, but then goes at the extra distance here. And a round where he didn't, before that they won, it was Moose to go outside with the MP9 versus the Antico as they tried to cross. So good mobility here from the outside players. Much better look than sitting back. But it's 4-4, so it's a brand new situation for both teams. They've cracked ramp. That kind of acts as this mid-rotation, wide open. This is where Moose now just has to sit in heaven. He has to be worried about an outside flank as well as anybody coming up the ladder.
Yeah, this is going to boil down to what Art can get done. We've got Cooper coming up from secret stairs. If Cooper, feels comfortable enough, he could swing all the way out and clear this.
Did he tell him? Oh, okay, yeah.
There it is. Knowing that there should be somebody out there, finds him before we have Art killing Moose on the top of heaven.
Yeah, Moose is dead meat if Cooper doesn't act there.
Moose meat.
Right. Would be moose meat.
Wild game, Launders. Which is what this has been. Serato plants, not going to get spammed despite Vanity's best efforts. He's fiddled back slightly. Serato wants to get that ramp control as we do have 2 players here on the control stairs. Traded back immediately. Serato clears ramp. That's big. Now he has some after plant cover, but the bomb's not down for him. In fact, it falls entirely on Vinny, and Serato has realized the problem that he's made. Vinny has to creep out. He has managed to dodge Vanity long enough, and now he's just going to swoop in for the execution. Knows where both these players are at, plays the time, dodges him inside of the smoke, and now he resides within it. Vinny wins out on the clutch, even gets the last kill.
Yeah, wow, that was nicely done in 1v2. Vinny took a little bit of time there just to make sure he could get info on the first player before denying the guy defusing the bomb. Played it safe, very, very carefully, and smartly done. He closes out the round. Furia get the 5th finally. Not a round I expected them to win, though. At a certain point there. Surprised it got down lower, got the bomb plant, and it was a 3v4.
I thought when Art died, they had lost a key piece. It was very clear they were waiting for him to serve as a trigger for their execute.
Yeah.
And even without that trigger getting pulled, they managed it back. But a quick chase. Art just guns down Vanity on the reload, punishes the spam, and then Vinny comes out with a 2K. A-Site finally crushed. And a Molotov into the heavens going to really screw with the retake if that's even what they wanted. But eUnited looking to transition into a save.
They look for the quick save, but now that the bomb's not planted, they maybe changed their mind. I guess they just want to find new spots at this moment. They got hunted down in CT spawn last time, so Food is going to make his way over to Big Garage. And Cooper's going to sit back here. And it's amazing to me how adamant Furia are about taking upstairs, because most of the time they've just been flat out denied, but Art is like not scared. He goes up with a MAC-10 this time. He goes up for his same squeaky lurk that he's been doing. It's such an aggressive position. Art is just so good at that. Like, he knows how to be like super aggressive, super passive. He can lurk, he can op. I mean, he's very versatile, and that's a very, very big threat. He's kind of like Snacks in that way, especially with the the way he's working squeaky.
So bad manner to just charge out with a MAC-10 like that.
Yeah.
And then he hits him in the all chat saying, "Sorry, forgot it was LAN."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Vanity a little upset that he just got charged. That's too good. So Furia going to keep it within 1, 7-6. We're getting into the closing portion of this first half, as close as could be.
Art says, "I forgot it was LAN," and then Vanity says, "I love you so much."
Yeah. Matt back up. Moose to the top ropes. Moose with an op on top of HUD. Didn't think I'd see the day. Cooper going to be facing a wall of smokes. Doesn't make his job any easier. And Vinny rapidly running down into the B site. You see the rotate already coming in from ramp. That's Food. Vent control not yet taken by the A players. They'll remain on the ground. And once they do fall down, Abel's already inside of the vents.
So much pressure on Food. Oh my god.
He gets the bomb carrier. It falls into his lap. Now he just has to hold on. He's got a bit of ramp cover, but Yuri, he hits him from the railing. And the T's seem like they're trying to get back into control, but it's still an awkward position. They have no smoke for the plant. Marky just gets wrecked by KS Dorado, thinking A site's clear.
Yeah, this round's over. No retake grenades.
Done.
And 2 ops to save. Furia back into it. But, you know, this half is wrapping up, and United have 7 rounds already. Look solid. I didn't think that this half would be close. I went with your prediction, man. I thought it was going to be 10-5.
Dude, I was shocked how easily I convinced you. It's like for a moment, you know, you believed I know what I'm talking about.
I sway in the wind like a palm tree.
There's plenty of those here in Rio.
This would be a nice shot. Is someone coming his way? Yeah, this would be a crazy... Oh! I thought it was just going to be a head crossing a screen.
Another one?
Ayota?
Doesn't seem likely. He's going to let him go. Cooper and Moose able to save the ops. What's your favorite double op setup on a CT side of Nuke?
To ramp and outside.
Yeah.
Someone in secret and then someone in ramp. But teams aren't playing ops and ramp as much anymore because when they drop down, it's a lot easier for a rifle to get. There's so many more spots for a rifle to stand in. And you cannot run all the way to like Heisenberg or like even control that safely. So you've got to sit somewhere in the site. It's a little bit easier to have a rifle. That would have been my favorite op set. Oh my goodness, that's kind of unlucky for Food. He made his own bet. He wanted to spam through. He wanted to play that duel. He was the only person at ramp. So now with him out of the server and another kill on Moose, this is a much more difficult round to win. Not great guns either for United. Not surprised, I guess, that they were aggressive.
Marky will answer back with something. Vanity charges into the B site, can't stop bomb. 2v4 retake in the 15th round of the first half. Marky can't even exit vent without getting peppered. Continue to try as Cooper gets into position, taking damage but getting kills. And Cooper finds himself all alone. Dead right thereafter. Abel gonna steal off this half. It was 7-4 to the favor of eUnited, and we close it 7-8. We'll be back with the second half in just a bit. A CT side that looked like eUnited were gonna run away with, but 4 of the 4 final rounds, all the way of Furia, means that they will finish with a lead. As we begin their CT side, they're coming in with the double smoke CZ on Art.
Yeah, I could immediately identify some of the stuff I feel like eUnited could have done better, but they still made the most of it with their upper holds. And Furia were just adamant about taking it and ended up allowing them to get some of these last rounds. Now, it's a really crazy outside take from the T's. TTs will be pushed back quite quickly, but now they just got to figure out where these players are going to come from. Interesting smoke to use, like right there.
Yeah, clearly as the kit player, you know, you think Abel's trying to use that for the defuse, but feels the heat, blocks it off. Probably not sure what was happening. There was such a swarm of T's coming at him from so many different angles, but they've worked into the B site, eUnited. Vinny is down here too. He plays decontamination. Pop flash through the door, could peek for the bomb planter, but misses like the one shot he really has at him. Now Vanity's gonna get up close and personal. Not gonna pay off for him. Vinny trucks along.
Yeah, there's still 3 CTs up. Where's the third guy? Oh,
coming in from outside vent.
This will be the big one.
3 T's in control room.
They can actually open that door.
There's Vinny getting the first one on the window. Now with Cooper down, it's gonna get tough. Vinny just popping heads at the moment. He's sitting on 3 kills. The bomb defuse denied at the very last second. Vinny's got a chance. Oh, and he's nailed it.
Do you have a kid?
4 kills. Yes, right on him.
And
done.
He has got it. There it is. They lock it in. Kiss on the head. Yeah, that's a good time for the dance.
I love that perpetual smile that Vinny has.
I know.
You know. It's just, yeah, that was nice.
He's kind of got a nifty thing going on.
Right.
Yeah.
It's,
but he's like always like
infectious.
Teeth. Infectious.
Infectious. Double scout, Mohan.
Good looks.
That get you excited?
Kind of. It's a little crazy on T side, but I can see it on Nuke.
Doesn't excite me as much as that auto shotty.
Scout, B-scout.
And Vinny throws down the decoy just to let them know that shotgun's coming. He's used it to drop Moose. That controls the squeaky door. Bomb thrown down by Yuri, who gets activated off the Promise.
Yeah, definitely a very solid buy here from eUnited, and they get no kills. Okay. Damn, dude.
Hot diggity damn.
It's quite the drive-by.
I mean, I don't want to overthink this, but you have a shotgun decoy on top of the FAMAS player who gets himself that 3K. You know, maybe the shotgun inside of A, they think, that's a decoy, guys. It's just a puffed chest. And then, bam, FAMAS in the face.
Pop, pop.
You're all dead. But the third scout of eUnited's T side hits the board. Food's going to have it to play with. Finds himself alone. Instant purchase. Frag grenade is great.
That's amazing.
Right? Like how difficult is it to nade that position? Good trajectory, good read.
Out of 10? Very.
Many. Oh, Deagle wall damage.
Nice.
I can get behind it.
How much did that do? Who did they hit?
15. He hit Serato.
Yeah, just to scare him. Smoke yourself out of big garage. That's a move. It does get confusing for the T's, like him just staying alive. Oh, Art actually gets scout.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Marky made it work.
Through the smoke, and Marky made it work. Okay, they've actually got a round now.
Yeah, you'd think, you know, after the 3rd magazine of Deagle, like, you're safe to go in there, but it's not safe.
Oh,
not in Mini and not in this round. We have 3 players up for eUnited. Now, I'm not going to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, there's
25 HP for Food and Moose.
Yeah, and this vent is good for the cross. Uh-oh.
Whoa. Whoa. Dodging players left and right, but he's got him. That's easy. Lines up the 2 players that actually had low HP. Now Marky's the last remaining problem. Opens the doors to bait in the push, and oh boy.
Oh no!
Yeah, you played yourself.
He tried to be a bit too slick with it. I mean, he wanted to close the door on his way out, but ended up pushing him back. It's pretty funny.
You know, it's like when you watch a horror movie and people try to run away and they just always end up tripping.
Yeah.
You know, that's the same instance. Just
right.
Closes the door on himself.
Yeah, if you're super slick with it, you know, you can get out, close right behind you. You don't waste any time turning around. So that's what he went for. Gotta respect it.
And listen, considering what they had in the round, I'd consider that a win. You know, eUnited, they're back in now with their AKs for the first time. But Vinny.
Geez. That's the doorman right there.
Oh. Doorman says no. Bouncer pushes them back. eUnited stuck on the cold, cold streets.
Yeah, you just don't want to lose. So the thing is, with losing a rush, it's a mental thing. Like, oh, we used the rush, and we just got sat on. Like, that sucks. But also because the round is so quick, you use a lot less grenades on the CT side. And depending on how much of a stomp it is, like, there's no chance for you to like work it slowly just for like 1 or 2 kills. So it's sometimes very terrible to lose a rush. This is one of those situations, most likely. Marky does end up getting 1 kill. It's a little bit labored, but he'll make it happen. He's got 4 HP. Can't risk falling in any capacity.
Oh, baby!
And just a bowling ball comes his way.
I was always, you know, people say, like, what's the worst way to die? I feel like being hit by a cannonball.
What about being burned?
Well, I mean, that's the obvious answer, but think about a cannonball, bro.
Cannonball would suck, yeah.
I've seen pictures of, like, old medieval armor that was hit by a cannonball.
Oof.
Dude, it's obliterated.
Would rather not have armor, you know?
Yeah, yeah, just take me. Just like, I'm out. I'm done. eUnited aren't, though, even though they've found themselves in another dilapidated buy.
That's an interesting smoke. It's just off of timing to allow him to cross. It's not, like, super deep. It's only meant for him. A real test of reaction time, though. This is a fantastic shoulder piece from Marky. It's hard to tell, you know, because you can't actually see if you're doing proper shoulder peeks.
And it almost sets him up for the kill. I mean, if Art takes that between the eyes, you've got an op down.
Uh-oh.
But the AUG. Yep, AUG finds the angle.
Oh, no trade out either. Yuri gets away. It's not exactly known, I guess, where he might be. No one's rushing upstairs. Full pistols on the board. When does Marky want to take the first step? Shoot your shot, Marky.
Yeah. Feeding into Yuri. What's he doing there? You know?
That off angle.
Friggin' guy. Now the off of Art, off ramp. Gonna manage another leg shot for Moose.
I think he would have fought if he had a little bit more HP, but he's got a teammate to refresh his position. It's probably known that April's gonna be right here now. But they still gotta kill him.
Marky has a scout. Could just take a crisp headshot, you know, bring another body with him, but not even. 5 survivors for Furia.
Round 21 rolls around, and Furia have control of the CT side.
It's 5 straight now from Furia as well.
5 straight, yeah.
So
well, 9 straight if you count
the end of the T side.
Yeah, 4 rounds in the last half, 5 rounds in this one. eUnited did have a lead once upon a time, believe it or not.
Yeah, 7-4 lead. Yuri back into the position on the red box. I feel like in terms of like silo players, it's not often that you see teams trying to like counteract a silo player, but it has been a key piece to Furia's setups right now. They're not making that player's job easy.
Yeah, that's true. You know, if you're outside, you're trying to avoid silo players, maybe try to get a kill outside by the smoke, maybe camp out by the red box as they cross.
Nice.
Wow, that's a very precise shooting from Marky. Ooh, a lot of damage, a lot of good damage through the smoke as well.
It's big. Marky creating a lot of space for his team here in the 21st round.
It's good that Yuri didn't freak out. He just stood around here. He could die to any nade, but he might be able to get a kill. Flash comes out wide, and it's dodged by basically everybody, so...
Oh, but Desperado. Where was that from? Just off of Mini.
Yeah. 3 kills. He's on for the ace. It's a 1v2. Very winnable situation. He makes a good read right now. He gets 1 kill, and it's a 1v1. He actually comes back into upstairs. I don't know. Oh, there's a chance.
That's 4.
He could get it. Vanity, one-on-one with Caserado, and it's a total gamble. Vanity, he's got to be sweating right now. He has to pick a site. He's got to hope Caserado's not going to read this. And it looks like Caserado is working around to go to heaven, which would be the correct play. He's also camping out by ramp, so he'd be a fast rotate. Vanity, inside the lobby. What's he going to do? He wants to try to get this kill instead of planting. It's a scary situation, especially knowing he hasn't seen him. And it looks like he'll probably make his way back upstairs, and Caserado's making the perfect rotate. He's going to hear this. He's going to get a head start. He's going to be able to get in front of Vanity while this bomb goes down. It's an ace!
Got it.
Unreal.
Damn. With all of those bodies outside as well, all of those players trying to get themselves past Silo, and Caserado just kind of slipped away with 2 kills, and then he's just given the 1v1 opportunities.
Holy smokes. That was so... that was 200 IQ for sure.
Wasted 0 time as well. You know, you could see Vanity trying to figure out maybe he's still in lobby, maybe he's camping close, but he was so far gone that he even had time to play outside on CT spawn, clear heaven, and then go up the ladder. Beautiful clutch, beautiful ace.
sick stuff, man. That was sick. That was awesome. And, you know, even just being outside of ramp, it's like, even if Vanity goes lower, he's in a pretty good spot to rotate. So it's just so smart.
That could have been a prime turning point for eUnited as well. You know, they had sheer numbers over Furia. They had finally won one of those big clashes. And instead, they now have Furia gunning for a 15th round, down by 7.
Ooh! Good night, food.
Rounds in a row, gunning for an 11th, maybe even 12 if they want to clean sweep the closing portion of map 2.
Oh, he's happy to take him. Yeah. Art. He's just not scared, man.
Cooper will get the back of Yuri turned, some sort of an opening. But unfortunately for eUnited, they're just so separate. Cooper gets another headshot. Cuts this down to the 2v3. Now Vanity, what can he get done? Because he's the player with health. Cooper shouldn't be able to take anything more than maybe one player with him.
Good position to deny the plant. 2 players upstairs, hop down lower. Solid spots here. To crack this open for eUnited, they've got a couple of options. I like the ramp play right now. They don't know where the CTs are, so it's going to be tough. There's no glass broken either. It makes it much more difficult for Cooper to look around, and Art knows this. So the bomb will get tapped. Art will go and peek through the door. They get this kill. It'll be 10 seconds left, but the bomb goes down. 2v2 was 2v4.
Both CTs coming in from Decon. Door swung, and another one. eUnited. They've got the man advantage. KS Dorado anticipates the ramp player, and he never sees Cooper coming from the top rope. Good play from eUnited. That's a 2v4.
Not bad at all, man. Can't even blame Art for going for that peek. He tried to be very careful about it, stay close to the edge of the door. But yeah, it was taken advantage of by Vanity. And he had to make a call out. Is it going to be somebody in Eisenberg or control room? Just waited on that door to swing open. Got the kill. So, you know, an ace answered back by a 2v4. Pretty sick stuff from eUnited. Still an uphill climb, but it's nice to see rounds like that. Okay.
Marky. He's been playing this box really well.
Yeah. Yeah, he has been picking apart outside.
Starting to piece itself together. eUnited playing with a near non-existent margin of error, though.
Yeah, and last round, you know, Yuri was maybe more aggressive than he needed to be. Abel got a kill. He probably, didn't get a kill. He probably should have. 3v4. Pressure on Lobby. And Abel, oh my God, so clean.
Wow. Again, they're going to be trying to play this off the back foot. Cooper's up, and this time joined by Moose, but finds himself alone. A minute. He misses the one off shot that really could have started his 1v3. If that was clean, 1v2 clutch, you've got chances and openings all over. But 15 rounds for Furia, a clinical execution so far on their map choice.
Yeah, on their map choice. In the first half, it looked a little bit more sketchy, but the CT side has been amazing so far. They have lost one round they probably shouldn't have won, and they probably shouldn't have lost, and won a round they probably shouldn't have won. But apart from that, I mean, have been relatively unstoppable. Only that previous round they lost. So now they go ahead, stop any kind of fast plays upstairs. They're actually pushing so aggressively outside, and they'll get around Marky. So the trade comes out. There's someone in mini. They'll trade for control, but KS Dorato's here to fight.
Oh, wow, just throws himself into Moose. Body blocks him. And now Furia's facing the 3v1 to close here on map 2, and Food gets nothing done. 16-8 on Nuke. A ridiculous scoreline once we got towards the end of that T side. I mean, they closed with 4, and then once we switched over, we had 8 of the 9 remaining rounds just all the way of Furia move on.
Tough sledding here for eUnited. What can you say, man? They had to go up against Avantgarde and Furia.
Yeah.
You know, that's not easy, but it was still like a lot of good stuff we saw from them.
If before this event started, if you were to make a poll, you could expect a lot of people to say and try to predict a finals, say between Avantgarde and Furia. So the fact that eUnited had to face both of them, I mean, let's just not beat around the bush. Their group was so hard, and they found them here in the losers bracket. I wouldn't have been surprised, and we weren't many rounds off from having this same BO3 in a winners match. But alas, that's not what we got, folks. eUnited, the North Americans' first to be sent home.
Unfortunate for us, we were wrong on the prediction again, going with our hearts with the North American team. But to be fair,
I was not wrong.
To be fair, that was the Furia we didn't see yesterday.
Yeah, sure.
That we expected to see. And now that we did see it, it's like, okay, if I had seen that yesterday, I probably would have said Furia was going to win that series. But we never saw it yesterday. I guess, you know, BO1, maybe LAN jitters, crowd jitters, whatever you want to say it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Inferno was usually quite competitive, and I feel like, we'll talk about this probably a little bit more later, that eUnited had so many chances to win Inferno and kind of fumbled a couple of really key rounds, which I think we'll highlight a bit later. But Nuke was just devastating. I feel there was a good start there from eUnited at the beginning, but those last 4 rounds that Furia pulled off on the lower bomb slot, and then they had almost a clean sweep on the CT side, only dropped 1 round the entire second half. So that's where I feel like they really kicked into high gear and kind of slammed the door in United's face.
They definitely did, and towards the end, you saw Furia players, Quesarado, just really styling on eUnited, and the confidence and understanding where the enemies are going to be. You could totally see that on Furia's side. Individually, these players understood exactly what their roles were, what their goals were, and on eUnited's side of things, they weren't as mobile, they weren't moving around, looking for those frags, and so the confidence on the eUnited side of things, you just didn't see it.
There's also the frag distribution on Furia. That last map, 2 of their players with 19 kills, 2 with 18. So when you're having that much performance out of all of your players simultaneously, you're going to succeed.
Absolutely.
I'm told you've got something special for us here.
I do. They gave me something fun to play with today, and I'm sure we'll have Potter coming up as well later. But this is one of those really key rounds I wanted to show you on Inferno, because this is big. This is United's chance to tie up the game and put themselves in prime position to perhaps even take Inferno. And they do everything right throughout this round. So we're going to play through, focus on Banana. Look at the utility. They're stacking these incendiaries down. They're doing so much damage. Vinny's burning down. They have to smoke to extinguish. And then we see the HE grenades come in from Food and Vanity. They get a kill. They have Vinny down, just bleeding out, even some chip damage on Art, and this round is shaping up quite nicely. They also start defending some of the middle and apartments pressure that Furia is putting in, and so as this kind of ticks down, you're really seeing that eUnited are in the driver's seat. They should be winning this, and you're going to see right here, as the execute actually finally starts to come in, there's a team kill that goes off, and look at these smoke grenades that are keep going down at top and end. They keep stalling out Furia's attack, and the clock's burning. You're going to see Food in just a second chuck down another smoke grenade, and so at this point, with this situation going on, you got Cooper down mid. He's about to flank. You have Moose still with 2 flashes and an incendiary. You have Abel J and Art stuck behind a smoke, and they're in a 2 versus 4 with little time left. This should be done and dusted to kind of do my newly acquired trademark. There is no way eUnited should lose this round. But now we're going to cut to endgame, and you're going to watch the impossible unfold as Art and Abel J, through sheer brute force, creep out and just get these kills in rapid succession. They defy all logic and steal around a key round. They called off the tie. The economy of eUnited goes into a really bad place, and then they wind up, you know, using that to get up to a 13-9 lead. Now, eUnited, after this, they're going to hang around a little bit. They're going to still be in the hunt, and it looks like they might be able to even force an overtime. But then this happens again, man, and again, it's Abel J. They are again in a 2 versus 4 on the B bomb slot. We're going to cut to it now. They should be losing this. They get the bomb down. The retake's looking great, and then, oh, there you go. Abel J, again, just defying logic, and it's Abel J. I want to highlight that. It's not even one of the marquee players that you think of when you think of Furia. You think of Quesarado, you think of Yuri, you think of Art. Not Abel J. Dude, he had so much impact on those 2 rounds to actually close out Inferno for his team.
He definitely did, and you saw Abel J's crosshair placement there. It was so accurate, but also that comes along with the communication from his team. Food had already gotten a frag from that position on top of the emo boxes 10 seconds earlier, and he chose to stay in that position in a 2 versus 4, the confidence showing in, and I'm sure for him online 9 out of 10 times, that is a frag that he gets. However, he just gave away his position. They are at a man advantage, and their B retake has been so strong yesterday on Inferno. So having all of this in mind, I think if he had played that a little bit more safe to ensure the round victory, it definitely could have been a little bit more in United's
We could
favor.
be seeing a map 3 if those 2 rounds go United's
Absolutely.
way, and they definitely feel like they should have.
Yeah, and not only that, in that round, United finally played their standards. They played to their strengths. We had Cooper on that op. In this match on Inferno, Cooper didn't have the op until, again, so late in the round. We had Vanity opping Banana. Then we had Food opping Banana. And finally, towards the end of that half, after United were already down so much, we finally had Cooper coming out with that op. And it was a little too late, I think, at that point.
We do have Art standing by for an interview. First of all, I guess we should apologize for sleeping on you guys a little bit. You know, yesterday your performance against INTZ was a little bit lackluster. What changed from yesterday compared to today?
I think both games were pretty tight against NTZ and United as well. But the main thing today, as did not happen yesterday, was that we got our momentum going. We started slow, both games, but as soon as we got momentum, we started playing better, our game.
Yeah, so we actually showed some highlights up on screen. I don't know if you got to see them, but you got to feel them firsthand. It was Able J's kills on Inferno, that one round where you guys clutched a 2v5, and then the last time Able J did it again to close the game. What does that do for your team when you have a player like that step up in key moments and have that kind of impact?
That was actually great. The game, I think, was like very close, the score. After that round, things went pretty good for us, and I think that was the momentum I was talking about.
All right, so looking at the bigger picture, you guys obviously still need to go through one more best of 3 to make it to the playoffs. You guys chose to stay at this tournament despite the EPL invite because you wanted to focus on delivering for your hometown crowd on home soil. What do you guys think about this opportunity to finally maybe get yourself a trophy on LAN?
I think it's great playing in Brazil. For us, it's amazing. It's our biggest tournament yet on LAN. So that was a hard choice, but when you really think about it, it was not that hard. We really enjoy playing with the Brazilian crowd.
And Art, I have a question for you. You were very aggressive on that CT side Inferno, opping, going into the boiler, peaking mid consistently. What gave you that sort of newfound confidence today?
I think yesterday I really did not do that, and I think my team missed it. Like aggressive plays to make space for them. So today I focused on it, playing more aggressive, so they can play on me.
Absolutely beautiful.
All right, congratulations again on the win. We'll give you a chance to say something here to this home crowd before we let you go.
Thank you. Mano, sem palavras, a torcida tá demais aqui. Eu saí, eu fico até, velho, nem sei o que responder, velho. Muito obrigado a todo mundo, velho. Só isso, mano. Muito obrigado.
All right, congratulations again on the victory. Good luck.
Thank you.
It's so interesting seeing these two teams, INTZ and then Furia, who are the two Brazilian teams I played yesterday that will be playing later on today as well. The difference in dynamic between the two teams. I feel like Furia is so much more reserved, so much quieter. Maybe, even though in this series they were really dependent on individual play, maybe a little bit more sound in their team tactics, whereas like INTZ really relies on those heavy hitters. But they have so much energy on the opposite side, which has like been a staple of Brazilian CS for so long, is this energy, this like electricity that takes place on the stage, and they're just so mute in comparison.
I think what's so great about watching Furia is you get to see like both opposite ends of the spectrum. Like you get to see Art, who is this crazy aggressive player who does all these highlight reel moments, all these wacky plays. Again, he's fur with an op. I think that's the best way to describe him. Then you have someone like Cacerado, who's like more of like the quiet storm. Like he's the guy that kind of lurks back, but then whenever he does get called on in the mid to late round situations, he delivers very consistently. So I think they have a great balance of having really good aggressors, but also really good mid to late round players, so that they have their specialists in all the right areas.
They definitely do, and I'm not even disappointed that I had my predictions wrong, because seeing these Furia players, even pre-game, you see their eyes closed, the full focus of them, and you can really see how much this means to them, the big smiles on their faces. It's really exciting to watch.
Well, the first series is done and dusted, as we've been saying all day long. We do have another one coming up in just a bit. It's going to be Redemption POA against W7M here on the stage to determine who is going to be moving on in the tournament. We'll be back in just a bit.